Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Remember to like, sub, and share. It does help me out a great deal. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs in order to get this channel monetized. So, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. It's widely considered one of the best games in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Now, I never played it. I know that's big blasphemy. But I did play all the other Metal Gears. My personal favorite is the Phantom Pain. I actually, even though it's unfinished, I love that. But apparently, we're getting a remake, and this has been rumored for many, many years. I mean, but Inside Gaming has a really good track record when it comes to these types of leaks. But this comes from the latest episode of Xbox Era Podcast. Another game I've heard that might be the PlayStation Showcase is the rumored Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I've heard that might be at this PlayStation Showcase and it might as well be an exclusive with it. Now, that's not unheard of because Silent Hill 2 Remake is a PlayStation exclusive, and Konami has very, very strong ties when it comes to PlayStation. Back in the day, Square Enix and Konami were basically known as the PlayStation console. You wanted Metal Gear Solid, you wanted Silent Hill, you wanted Final Fantasy, you had to go on PlayStation. Before they were on Nintendo's console, but that was before, Sony entered the playing field, and their PlayStation console was more powerful than the Super Nintendo, so they jumped ship. And Final Fantasy 16 is also going to be a PlayStation exclusive, so they're kind of going there. Sony is investing heavily on their first party exclusives, and they are nailing it. Yeah, The Last of Us Part 1 on PC didn't do well, that's on them, but for the most part the games on the PlayStation run well. I mean, there is a conspiracy theory out there that if someone got the PC version of The Last of Us Part 1, they would be like, "Oh, you could get it on PlayStation and it's way better." Honestly, I don't know how much I believe that. I think it was just really shoddy development because they were supposed to release it when the show came out and it didn't come, so they were just trying to ride the hype train as much as they could. Either way, I do believe this might be true if it comes to PlayStation as an exclusive because, again, they're double and tripling down on exclusives. Horizon, God of War, Final Fantasy, so it does look that way. Another exclusive, Jen Jordan, weighed in on the rumor, heard similar about the Metal Gear exclusively for PlayStation, by the way. So this is the rumor. It's been claimed by a number of industry insiders, Jeff Grubb, that the new PlayStation Showcase event is likely to happen before Summer Game Fest, which is Jeff Keighley's event. Such claims have been led to believe that the event is likely going to be the end of May, but as of yet, no official announcement has been made. Remember, E3 was canceled, so everyone's doing their own showcase. Whatever the case may be to when the PlayStation Showcase will happen, Sony has a lot of things to show for gameplay for Spider-Man 2, which is rumored to come out this year in fall, and the new PlayStation hardware, which is the PlayStation 5 Pro, which I'm pretty sure scalpers are just going to take advantage of. So I honestly do think this might be true because, again, Sony doubles and triples downs on exclusive, unlike Microsoft, whose entire push is to sell the Game Pass service. I know there is a lot of mixed reception between Phil Spencer's recent comments about not pushing games or good games in particular. It's about pushing the service. I don't know how I feel about that statement, but I do agree that the service is what he's pushing. The idea of they purchased all these big studios and they're putting the Xbox Game Pass first because it's not about the $60 one-time purchase. It's about the recurring purchases that you can get. That's why loot boxes and microtransactions are so popular. Yeah, the $60 is more than $15 a month, but the $15 may last the entire year if the person either forgets or realizes. Game Pass is still a really good service, so you get let's say be generous for 10 months, $150. And usually people will forget about it because you get bundled with Xbox Live Gold. Sony is trying to push their own service, but the PlayStation streaming service sucks. Like, I get all this weird feedback noise. I've used the service. It's impressive, but it really sucks. And Nintendo, they don't really need to do any of this. Nintendo is Nintendo. They have the biggest IPs in entertainment. Super Mario, Donkey Kong, F-Zero, if they ever come out with that. Super Smash Bros, Kirby. They literally don't have to do anything. They really, literally just release a new Legend of Zelda game or re-release their older Pokemon games. They'll sell through the roofs. Just can't remove the eShop for a later console and say, "Oh, you can't access Pokemon Crystal anymore? Well, we have it on the Nintendo Switch eShop. You just have to pay $10 now." Or you have to pay for our service where you can get it there. But I don't know. I feel like if I do play this one, I might get the remake. I think Konami is still missing on a gold mine if they just re-release the old versions of these games. Like, they already HD remastered all these games. I actually have the version downstairs. They re-released the entire Metal Gear library, exclusion being the Phantom Pain because that was the newest one. Just re-release that on modern consoles. But they also have a bad track record with HD remakes, as we saw with the Silent HD collection. But I think this would be a really good idea and a huge win for Sony. Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of the most beloved games within Konami's library, and it would be a great idea. They're doing Silent Hill 2. Why not Metal Gear Solid 3? So that's my opinion on it. I think it would be a great idea. Definitely push console sales and, push the PlayStation brand further. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear everyone else's opinion. Remember to like, sub. Trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Over 90% of people aren't subs, so if I get that 90%, I'll reach that and then some, maybe even 10K. That's being generous, but we'll see. Anyway, that's me signing out. Goodbye.